It's absolutely fascinating what once was an agency creative festival, a time for creative directors to get away, see brilliant work, talk to each other. That really ended the year that Procter & Gamble and McDonald's marketers showed up in spades. And of course, once the client is there, more people from the agency and not just the creative side go, and of course, the media trying to follow the money. So Cannes in 2014 looks entirely different than it did in the mid, around 2006 or 7 when this changed. But I think the other major change, why is it that everyone flocks to the south of France to see the same people that you might see in New York or Paris or Rome or Beijing? The reason is that technology has really changed everything, and it certainly has changed creativity. So I think most of our clients are very, very interested in how technology is changing the creative world, changing the creative output, changing consumer behavior for sure, and the curiosity level on how to get smart about technology and its implications and its applications for these marketers has never been higher. So we're going to see a lot of technology companies at Cannes along with creative directors. It hasn't changed in that regard. We will help the creative talent and the technologists understand how best to leverage each other. And so that is a big role that we play at Cannes and have for many years. So we're very excited about it. My own view is that the focus on brand as content has in large part come from 2 areas. Number one, this is the noisiest, most crowded media market imaginable, certainly in history. And I think brands are struggling to be heard above the noise. And so I think they collectively recognize that they need to stop interrupting the conversation. They need to be the conversation. And the second phenomenon that I think has driven brands to believe that they should be producing and distributing, in many cases, their own content, is that with social media, it's more and more difficult to believe that advertising as we know it doesn't cross the line from intrusive to disruptive. And so I think a lot of brands, again, are understanding disrupting a conversation is violating any kind of relationship with a consumer. And so to be in conversation is the right thing to do. And I think that those are 2 factors that are driving the brands to create their own content. So I think that's a very, very important phenomenon. And whether that content is branded entertainment, as you say, some kind of video content, regardless of what the creative output is, I think it's a very important set of contributors to it. Video couldn't be hotter. Is sight, sound, and motion, that's what the advertising industry understands. Consumers love it. For the first time in our digital lives a couple of years ago, we had what we'd never had before, and that is scarcity of inventory. And that, of course, is what drove the new fronts into existence. So we can't seem to get enough of it. The market demand for it, from both a consumer and a marketer standpoint, is white hot. The reality is I do believe that Tim Armstrong has it right when he talks about a very bifurcated advertising marketplace, and that is programmatic and high quality content and quality marketing solutions. And so if you look at programmatic, all that is technology creating efficiencies in a very, very inefficient process that we've lived with since the beginning of buying and selling in media. So we're finally able to leverage technology for that use. It doesn't mean that humans are completely out of the equation. It just means that we will all create better efficiencies, and marketers can get what they need at the best prices. But note, programmatic is driving prices up, and there's plenty of evidence for that, so not often understood. But the publishers are also getting the opportunity to fuel their revenue streams through this creative use of technology, very intelligent. The good news is that it is driving prices up. It works for both parties, but also the great news is it's freeing up resources to put against the creation of ever more quality content, however one defines that, but also helping the sales organizations provide custom and or creative marketing solutions for marketers. So in other words, this all will not be bought and sold by a machine. That's just where the efficiency exists. But it is freeing up resources for these companies to do a better job for marketers on a more customized, creative standpoint. So I'm very excited about that. I'm very optimistic that this is good news for all of us.